Hi everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today I am playing my April deck of TBR game. Before we jump into the game, I wanted to tell you how I did in the month of March. So for the first prompt I had, which was short story or essay collection, I picked The Secret Lives of Church Ladies, and I did read that. For the second prompt, I got Play Your TBR Right. Completely messed it up. Thought I was going to be able to read the last thing he told me, but I actually lost the game. And so I had to pick The Secret History, which I did read. Then the next prompt was Book of the Month. And I had to pick The People We Meet on Vacation. I haven't read this one yet, but I still have 5 days left of the month. So I'm hoping I will get through this one pretty easily. The next one was What's at Your Library, and I picked Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and I did read this. And the last one was a TBR jar pick, and it picked Less by Andrew Sean Greer for me, and I did read this. If you want to know how I felt about any of those books, check out my monthly recap next week. But otherwise, we will jump into playing the game. There are a couple books I'd like to get on. First of all, I'd like to read This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger. I've read this one before, but I'm reading it for my book club with my friends, and it's my pick for the month, and so I'd like to reread it. And then I need to get a book with either big or little in the title for the Buzzword-a-thon. So I'm seeing that I'm missing a prompt here, so we will pick a new one for the Five of Hearts. And then I'll pick a new bomb book too. This one is high rating. And I worked on updating my board this month and just didn't have time to laminate the prompts. I made some new prompts and added new bomb books and updated them, but didn't have time. So hopefully for next month. All right, I will pick a bomb book. And I got Harry Potter et la Coupe de Feu. Again, I've already read this one, but I'm just going to put it in there as a placeholder for Harry Potter et l'Ordre du Phénix, which is the 5th Harry Potter book. And I'm trying to read that one this year, and so if I get this prompt, that just means I have to read the 85 pages that I've allotted for the month. So again, if I get a joker, it's okay with me this month. All right, I'm just shuffling my cards, and we will get into the draws. I draw 5 cards, unless I have to add a 6th for any reason, but let's just start. I got a 10 of diamonds, okay. So for this one, I need one that is set in a different country, so let me check what I've got, and I'll be right back. Okay, for Set in a Different Country, I'm going to pick The Bread the Devil Need by Lisa Allen Agostini. This one I have on ebook, and I saw this one on Jenny King's channel, and she said it was really good, and so I'm really excited to read it. Here's a brief synopsis. Alethea Lopez is about to turn 40. Fashionable, feisty, and fiercely independent, she manages a boutique in Port of Spain. But behind closed doors, she's covering up bruises from her abusive partner and seeking solace in an affair with her boss. When she witnesses a woman murdered by a jealous lover, the reality of her own future comes a little too close to home. So this one takes place in Port of Spain and Trinidad and Tobago. So that is a different country. Woo! First pick, done. Next one is a queen. Queen is 2 prompts in one, so I have to draw 2 cards and hope that they're number cards. So the first 2 number cards I pick. Oh, let me replace this prompt. I'm doing really well today. And if you can't tell, I'm sick too. Favorite author goes here in the 10 of diamonds. Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 cards, and the first 2 cards that are numbers, I will have to do 2 prompts in one. Jack can't do, so I'll shuffle that back in. 2 of clubs, a fantasy. Okay. And the 3 of spades. Contemporary fantasy. Can't do that. I'm putting the 3 of spades back. 2 of hearts. Random letter for the author. I might be able to do that. Let's try, everyone. Okay, so I'm picking a random letter. Can you see it there? There's a little R. I'm gonna do 3 times to make it truly random. 1, 2, 3. H. So the author needs to start with an H. Let me check my fantasy shelf. Okay, because I don't have that big of a fantasy shelf and can't find an author that I want to read from that starts with the letter H, I'm gonna put the fantasy prompt back on the 2 of clubs and put the 2 of clubs back in and draw a new one that hopefully I can get author with the letter H and do a 2-for-1 prompt. So an 8 of hearts, husband free for all. Okay, I'll get my husband down here and see what he picks with the author with the letter H. 1 second. I need you for a prompt.
A what?
A prompt.
Okay.
For my game. Your only stipulation, you get to pick any book, but your only stipulation is the author's name, first name or last name, has to start with the letter H.
Has to start with the H.
The letter H. Either first or last name.
Okay.
So you can pick anything. Oh no.
What?
He's going to the nonfiction shelves. Last name start with H? First name start with H? House! And this is when you got
That's
me.
the one I got you in Nashville, yeah.
Perfect. Good job, Willie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
One of the ones I wanted started with H.
I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't the only stipulation. It was kind of a big one. Okay, so he picked Southernmost by Silas House. He got this for me when he traveled to Nashville with his band. So I don't know much about it, but I will read the synopsis for you really quick. In this stunning novel about judgment, courage, heartbreak, and change, author Silas House wrestles with the limits of belief and the infinite ways to love. In the aftermath of a flood that washes away much of a small Tennessee town, evangelical preacher Asher Sharp offers shelter to 2 gay men. In doing so, he starts to see his life anew and risks losing everything. His wife, locked into her religious prejudices, his congregation, which shuns Asher after he delivers a passionate sermon in defense of tolerance, and his young son, Justin, caught in the middle of what turns into a bitter custody battle. With no way out but ahead, Asher takes Justin and flees to Key West, where he hopes to find his brother Luke, whom he'd turned against years ago after Luke came out. And it is there, at the southernmost point of the country, that Asher and Justin discover a new way of thinking about the world and a new way of understanding love. Southernmost is a tender and affecting book, a meditation on love and its consequences. So that is my Queen book, which covers the prompts Husband Free for All and Random Letter for the author, which was an H. Good job, Willie.
Thank you.
Oh, he's here. Okay. I will pick my next book. I gotta get my board back. Okie dokie. 3rd draw. Another queen. Oofta. Okay, that first one was hard enough, but we will try again. And I need to replace this prompt. So again, a queen is 2 prompts in 1. This is hardcover. So let's draw 2 numbers, a 10 of clubs, husband pick. Okay. So that means it has to be on my physical TBR shelf. And a 2 of diamonds. A new author. Okay, he can do that one. I'm sure he'll be able to do that one. Okay. Let me get him down here again. And while we do that, let me replace the 2 of Hearts prompt that was for the previous queen. Even though I won't draw it again, but want to replace it. This one's anticipated. Willie! So, it's a husband pick. This one is in a free-for-all though, so it has to be on my TBR shelf. So this one. No, it's all of this.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah. And it has to be a new to me author, so I've never read the author before.
Okay. You read about this author before?
Who's the author? Margot Shetterly? I don't think so. I'm gonna check really quick. He picked Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly.
We were just watching that this week.
Yes, we were. Nope. There we go. Thanks, Willie.
Give it a try.
I will. Okay, so I'll read Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. I've seen the movie, but I've never read the book. So Willie is basically picking my entire TBR this month. Okay, if I get another queen, I'm gonna be mad. I got an 8 of spades. Oh, shoot. Well, an adaptation. So this is if it was adapted into a movie or series, TV series. Let's see what I can find for that one. I have a couple in mind. Okay, this one worked out really well because my husband and I are hoping to watch this season of Outlander. So I will be reading A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diana Gabaldon, which is the 6th book in this series. It is huge, but I really like listening to these ones on audio, sometimes following along in the printed version. Yeah, so my husband and I are wanting to watch the 6th season, which is just coming out on Stars. So this is perfect for adaptation. And which should be my last pick. Oh, let me replace all of these prompts that I'm missing. So first was the 10 of Clubs. We got shortest book, so I look at my TBR and find the shortest one on there. Then it was 2 of Diamonds. I got a book on my Kindle because I have so many of those that I need to get through. And then we have the 8 of Spades, which is historical fiction, which is one of the biggest shelves on my TBR. Okay, last card, a Jack. Perfect. Jack is book of the month, and I need to get little or big in here for my Buzzwordathon prompt. And I'm going to choose A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. This one says a luminous, life-affirming novel set in an idyllic Connecticut town over the course of a year. A Little Hope follows the intertwining lives of a dozen neighbors as they confront everyday desires and fears, a lost love, a stalled career, an illness, and a betrayal. So this is one of my newer book of the months. I got it in November of last year. And it has the word little in it, and it fits the prompt. I think this is a really good TBR. It's going to challenge me a little bit, especially because I didn't get to pick 2 of the books, but very cool. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. The first one was Set in a Different Country, and that is The Bread the Devil Need. I'll put a picture here. Found that on somebody else's YouTube channel, which looks really good, set in Trinidad and Tobago. The next one was 2 prompts in 1, a husband free-for-all and a random letter, which was H for the author, and so my husband picked Southernmost by Silas House. Then for another 2 prompts in 1, my husband had to pick a new author to me, and he picked Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. And then I got an adaptation, which I picked A Breath of Snow and Ashes, the 6th Outlander book by Diana Gabaldon. And last but not least, I got a book of the month, which is A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. So here they are. Ta-da! Plus The Bread the Devil Need. And should be really good. I am looking forward to reading all of these. And I'll let you know how I do in my next Deck of TBR video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.